Hey everyone, welcome to the 23rd, I think it is, episode of the Member Success Series, Align for Success. Today's June 18th, 2025. And I'm super excited to be here with my awesome co-host, Chuck Casto, the PR guy at Alignable and the Contest King and all kinds of stuff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sue Brooke. I've been a member of Alignable for many, many years, but about almost 5 years ago, I joined the Alignable team. And fun fact, I live in a motorhome and I've traveled all over the country meeting our members, and I get to teach people how to use Alignable every day. And I get to do this show with my great friend, Chuck. So Chuck, really quick introduction from you.
Well, so I'm the head of PR here, and I also do a lot of the research for the polls, and I also run the contest, and I get to co-host things like this with Sue, which is really fantastic and really fun. And I'm really happy to see the entire audience here today. This should be a really a great one with some great new guests.
Oh, yes. And what's a fun fact about you, Chuck? Come on, give us something good and juicy.
Fun fact is probably, and you don't know this one, so it's a
Really?
new one. It's a new one. I think I have spent almost my entire life with at least one cat
Oh,
at
you're
any point.
kidding.
Yes, at least. There was a time early on when I don't know if my parents knew that they were cat or dog people. We've had cats and dogs throughout my
Okay.
life, but there was one, and even then, there was a neighborhood cat who visited us, Coco, and I'm also known for having a very long memory. And this was probably when I was around two or three.
Oh, how funny. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I grew up, we had dogs only. And then later in life, I ended up getting married to a guy who had a cat, which drove me crazy. And then now I'm a cat person all the way. I would never have a dog. But my kitty that traveled with me for, he was with me
I
17 years,
know.
passed away a couple years ago. So anyway, it's hard to have a cat in a motorhome. But let's talk
But
to,
you did it. You had two.
I did. Kalay, introduce yourself real quick and give us a fun fact about yourself. We'll do this before we get started. Oh, you have to unmute too. You guys can stay unmuted. There
Okay.
you go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kalay Govender. Thank you so much, Sue, for highlighting me today. I hope I bring some value to the platform. Hi, Chuck. Lovely to meet you. But
Nice to
I'm going
meet
to
you
be
too.
staying very far away from you because I am cat phobic. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's the fun fact. So I see a cat, I see a lion.
Oh my God. Really?
And it's so funny because I met a lovely lady, a lovely guy, in fact, on Alignable, and he's like so persistent. He's like, Kalay, you need to chat with me. I'm gonna help you get over this cat phobia.
Oh my God.
So that's the pipeline at the moment.
Oh,
That's fun fact. A little bit about me. So I am from South Africa and I moved to the United States 17 years ago. I have an extensive background in teaching as I am an educator and
Great.
also an entrepreneur, having head teams and worked for brands like Chanel, Bloomingdale's, Clarence Skincare, Saks Fifth Avenue, and managing multiple accounts and teams where I've been a leader and led businesses that have had turnover of about $16 million. So I now run my own business and I try to uplift others and empower others with the knowledge that I have. I am by heart a teacher, and I so believe that you can possess all the knowledge in the world, but only a few have the talent to transfer that knowledge onto others.
I
That's
agree.
true.
Very, very true. Awesome. Thank you. And Dan, give us an introduction and a fun fact about you.
Okay, so fun fact, we'll start there because that's fun. My kids think it's hilarious, and this is years ago when they were still little and in the house. They're all almost out of the house by now, but They keep asking me to give them a high 4.5. Why? Because in my previous employment, I climbed a lot of ladders, and this is a PG-13 show now. So I gave a part of me to that job.
Oh
And
dear.
so because of that, I have three pinky sizes. So they say high 4.5. Here we go. So now in the math world and accounting and finance and insurance, I can count in fractions. And Chuck, that helps and serves me and my clients in a big way. So that's
very interesting. Well, talk about turning something that's an obstacle.
Yeah, there you go. Right. I mean, from lemon to lemonade. Yeah, you just have to do it yourself.
I love that.
Good for you. That is really an interesting character trait.
I know, and no one's gonna forget it, right? Everybody's gonna always remember Dan now.
That's right. There's a lot of financial folks out there, but not many of them can count in fractions. So I got your back. Here we go.
I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna start this because Chuck has not met these two till just today. And the reason I picked these two, Chuck, and everyone in the audience, is because they were on my mastermind on Friday. Now, every Friday, for those of you who don't know, I have my mastermind with Sue. Been doing it for way more than 5 years now. And it's every single Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. And Dan has been coming pretty much every week for a while now, right? He's like a staple. He's always there, and he's always giving, and he's always helping, and he's just amazing. And this week, Kalay came, and at the end, usually the last 5 minutes of the mastermind, I hope if you guys haven't been there, you all need to come. They're going to tell you that you need to come. And Chuck, you should jump on there one of these days again.
I should.
Anyway, so this week, and you might have seen it, Chuck, because I did post it in our group, but I asked everyone to come on and give their ahas or what they took away from the event before we go, the last few minutes. And Kalay said something very, very interesting. They both did. They both came on and talked about it. And I want to start with Kalay, what you said. Now, Kalay, you have been on here only a few months, right? You are just really new, but guys are not going to believe what she does every day. I want you to start right out with what you said on the mastermind about what your daily habit is on Alignable.
Okay, sure. So do you unmute? Oh, I've got to unmute.
You're there.
We hear you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just leave it unmuted. You're fine.
Okay, so I've made it my daily habit to learn every day and to learn something new. And so I hopped onto Alignable a few months ago, and I said, you know what? The first 2 weeks, I just booked myself solid with meetings. Like every single day, I was having 6 meetings. And at the end of the day, I was exhausted. I had met some people, and as Jason Integrity says, you meet some goofballs also. And so I had to strategize and think, how am I going to use this platform? So every morning when I get onto my treadmill, before I even start my day, I go onto YouTube and I go into Alignable, and I want to learn. So I put on the Alignable video, and for the hour that I'm walking on my treadmill, I'm listening to Alignable, but not listening to the Smart Connects or whatever. I'm listening to Sue teaching on Alignable. And the videos I have done every single day. And if there's one takeaway, it would be watch those YouTube videos. They're not videos that have gone viral. They have 100 odd views, I guess. 50 of those views are from me. But I love that. And I learn and have learned so much about Alignable etiquette, the do's and don'ts of Alignable. So I'm like the sponge that is just soaking up Alignable every single day. And believe you me, that 1 hour on the treadmill goes so quickly. So it's a great way for me to start my day. And then it's also positive. I feel so empowered, and I'm like, okay, I can face the day now. So the Alignable videos on YouTube, I feel Alignable should promote those videos. because
Wow.
there's so many golden nuggets there from Sue and from Chuck and the experts in their fields that you do interview. So that's great.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Isn't that amazing? I just love that. I love that. She just told me before we got in here she could teach Alignable, so maybe she'll just take my job. Yeah, you can just
Well, she could help out. It's better than the AI version, Sue. So
I know. Did you guys see my AI Sue, my AI twin? I'll share it with you guys later. Dan, let's ask you. I'm just gonna start right out with the same question. Like, what is your daily habit on Alignable?
Let's just start by saying you need one. let's just pause and acknowledge the question before the answer.
right.
Because it's not a yes or no, it's a what is your best, right?
Right.
It's a good, better, best, because there's a lot of good things you can do. There's only, and a lot of things you can do. There's only a few things you should do, though, because our number one asset is our time. Our number one asset is our time. And the truth is, the good news, bad news. The good news is there are a lot of powerful, wonderful human beings in this platform. And what did I say right before we let everybody in, Sue? I could hang out with you. We could talk all day long. It's not very productive, but I would totally do it. But the problem is being productive, not just busy.
That's right.
Being productive, not just busy. So this question is very, very powerful, but But whatever I say, it may or may not fit you, but my answer is my first answer. Then a second, I'll tell you what I do. But my first answer is just be purposeful and intentional in what it is that you do, and calendar it like you would an appointment.
Wow.
Calendar like you would an appointment, because it is. It's an appointment. It's an appointment with yourself. I do the same thing with the gym. I have an appointment to read and write in a journal. I have an appointment to do that every day. I can't move it. I'm busy. I'm busy that time. Self-development. You got to do these things on purpose. You have to do Alignable on purpose. And all of a sudden, then Alignable is the best thing ever because you get out exactly what you put in. And if you're giving, then you're getting. And that's the truth of anything worth doing. My daily routine is simply this. I love hopping on there, seeing what connections are there, what message. I check my messages. I want to respond quickly and thoughtfully. And I do that early in the morning. That's where my best brain work happens. First thing in the morning, I get back from the gym, I go shower, I'll tell you all the details. I brush my teeth anyway, and I get ready for the day. And I come in and I sit down, I open it up, and I say, who's messaged me? Maybe it's 0, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 2, I don't know. But if they have, it was important to them to say hello, then I want to at least acknowledge that. And so I think that's key. Number 2, I want to look at my day and be able to prepare for it. So this morning, what I do, well, I saw that this was on my calendar. In fact, I saw it last night. So I do it the night before, then I follow up in the morning. And then in the morning, I look at what's going on. And I take notes. I have a page of notes here prepared for today. Now, I don't know what Sue's going to shoot my way, but hopefully I have something that'll help. So I'm prepared. And more importantly, not for Sue. Sue, love you to death, but it's not for Sue. It's for Vanessa. It's for Les. It's for Mark. And if I don't show up, I've let Mark down. And shame on me, right? And all the other appointments I have today, that's what I do in my day. On Alignable, I connect human to human. I see what events I can find more humans to connect to, and see on my appointments who so Kalay or Paula, I'm gonna research you. I'm gonna stalk you. And then when we get on, I'm going to have some powerful ways that we can empower each other. And then I'll get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
That's my answer, Sue.
I love it. Did you have something else you wanted to add to that, Kalay?
Yeah, what I just want to piggyback off what Dan said about time. And I've learned that time is so important and so critical. So when you're in that smart connect for 7 minutes, remember, you are giving away 7 minutes of your life to that person. Have you thought about that? And I'm not going to sit in a smart connect with you and listen to you ramble about your business in those 7 minutes. No. So what I do is I say, and I take charge of the Smart Connect when I get into one. And I'm like, okay, we have 7 minutes. There's 3.5 minutes for you and 3.5 for me. So I do a quick question. What do you call it? It just slipped my mind now. Like where you rapid fire. So I do a rapid fire with the person where I'm leading and I'm asking questions and I'm asking questions and I'm getting to know this person as time is going by. If you get into Alignable to pitch your business in that 7 minutes or dominate that conversation, I will never connect with you because nobody can sell their business in 7 minutes. And you taking the 7 minutes of my life, you have to bring some value to me. So don't get into a Smart Connect and pitch. For anybody that's new on Alignable, this is what Alignable teaches us, is that it's called a Smart Connect because you want to connect.
It's not a dumb connect. That's what
yes, yes. And you want to get on there. If you are on this platform and you think you're going to, you may get business, right? But if you are on this platform to do business deals immediately, it's not going to happen. It's going to take time. It's going to take time to build relationships. And you know, it's so funny because when I joined, Sue, I thought to myself, geez, I'm going to meet the contact person and the CEO and go 1 week. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, it's 12 o'clock, but I'm meeting all these small business people and it's not actually what I'm looking for. And then I realized that Alignable is for the small business owner. You will not find a CEO of a Fortune 500 company sitting on Alignable, right?
Actually, you will, won't you?
Okay, Dan. I know Dan is an ex.
Yeah, we get it. I understand. Yes.
Yeah. So what I've done, and I think this is what a lot of people need to do, is that when you are on Alignable, you have to have a strategy. And my strategy has been, after I've seen different people and not connected, is once I do the rapid fire, then I'm like, okay, this person's interesting. So many people request me, right? So I had my calendar booked solid. But then I write very politely to them, hi, and thank you for meeting. Tell me why we should have this one-on-one. Because now this person's going to set up a meeting with me of 30 minutes, which is 30 minutes of my life, giving it to you, which is going to be a gift to you. So tell me how we can help each other. And from there, I move on to a discovery call where I talk not about myself, but I talk about them and get to know them better. So Alignable for me has been a connection platform. And I am very picky about the people I connect with. So I study their profiles. I use Alignable 360. I have some mind-blowing stats that I would want to share with you guys in a little bit, Sue.
What do you think, Chuck? Pretty awesome.
I'm just glad someone's using Alignable 360. That's what that's what I'm glad to hear, because you know we ask all the time. We ask all the time, and some people are dabbling with it and whatever, but you know, so let me go into that.
Yeah,
How are you using Alignable 360 that people need to know about? Like what, you know, what are the tricks?
Okay, so Chuck, I would go back to your profile. And I've spoken to many people on a one-on-one where I have taught them about using Alignable to get out there rather than promoting my business on a one-on-one. Right. And the first thing you've got to do as a newbie on Alignable is to look at your profile. Put a picture to your name or to your brand, because I am not going to connect with you if you do not show me a picture of who you are.
Right.
So put a picture of yourself. And I coached someone on Alignable. It was a connection I met. It's the guy who was trying to get me over my cat phobia. But anyway, we were talking and he didn't have a picture. And I was like, you need to get a picture. You need to polish down your profile. You need to speak to the crowd or audience that you want to talk to. What does your business do? Who are you looking for, right? And then in my mind, my strategy was, no, I'm not going to connect with these people. You see the lady Latoya? She's got like 5,359 people that she knows. I need to get to Latoya. And so I visited Latoya's meetings. I got to know her. And you know what? Latoya and I are very good friends right now. In fact,
Great.
before the Alignable, we had a good chat on the phone. So shout out to her. And using 360, there's a section in the middle which tells you exactly how many people that person can refer you to. So if I shuttle back to Latoya, she has 5,359 connections. Latoya, I'm not even sure that you know your number, correct? But
no, I was going to check right now.
And it might be different at the end of this, Latoya, too. But anyway, go ahead.
So of that, Latoya can introduce me to 189 people that she knows. And of those 189 people, there is 383 referrals that she can make for me. So there's no need for me to go and click on every person on Alignable. No, you click on a few. And I've decided to choose my few people that I could connect with. Yesterday, I had a conversation with Jason Integrity, and wonderful guy. And he's another ambassador. And I listened to him, and then I need to connect with him. And would you believe Jason and I chatted for 1 hour, 48 minutes?
Wow.
And
I do.
yeah. So great shout out to him. If
He knows so much. Yeah. I'm surprised you're not still talking to him.
Yeah,
So,
in fact, I invited him on this call, so I'm not sure. Maybe he got tied up, but
He's
great
pretty-
person to connect with. Great person. So I love Alignable 360.
Awesome. I
love
want to
that.
jump over to Dan because what do you have to say about any of this, Dan? And you met Jason. Aren't you guys doing something together, or you're planning something together? I mean, this is like such a family here.
Yeah, I mean, just that's it. When you find the right people, we try to create really high-end quality. I'd rather have, instead of like 500 likes, I'd rather have 10 to 15 solid humans that I love. And Jason and I, of course, we're one of the things that we feel is there's a disconnect is our skill set and our heart, but also now leveling up to a leadership capacity. And so we're doing a leadership course and working on that together. We've both been in leadership for years. So I think it's the synergy of what Alignable provides is what. Could Jason do that course by himself? Obviously he could have done it. Can I have done it? Yeah, I've done it before. I've run them before, right? But when I saw Jason, then 1 + 1, I know where you think I'm gonna go with this, but I'm not. It equals like 42. I don't know. More than 3. More than 2, right? Because of the individuals that come in and who are influenced by the energy. And if you put, Jason has a lot of energy and passion for what we do. Sue has a lot of energy and Chuck has a lot of energy and passion for what so when you find those individuals, and that doesn't have to be you. You can have energy and passion without expressing it and doing jumping jacks and all the things. But the truth is, don't connect with someone who doesn't have that. What do? I do paperwork and I move it from this table to this table, and it's really that's what I do. Okay, sorry. I forgot to tell you I had another call that's happening right now. I gotta go. So when you find the right people, so this is a series of this conversation, right? 360, know the stats, know not just random. Our number one asset is our time. Okay, so once you make a decision, on who you're going to connect with, and you don't know what you don't know until you know it, right? So you connect with them, and let's get to know who they are instead of what they do. Who they are instead of what they do. Once you appreciate and know, like, and trust who they are, now let's dive into what you do. Fantastic. I've already bought in. Now what is it that you do actually? Right? And then let's go to this next level. Now what is next level? Next level is, and you already know the end of this little series. You know the know, like, and trust. There's another one. I don't know if you guys knew. There's a know, like, and trust. Alignable creates a fourth one. You know the know, like, trust. The fourth one is grow together. I know, like, and trust. I know Sue. I liked Sue quite a bit, actually, it turns out. I trust Sue, but I want to grow her business and her mine. Now, because it's not just a barbecue. We talked about this before everybody got in. It's not just like, hey, let's all go hang out, and I'll bring the burgers, you bring the dog. Okay, fine. That would be fantastic. But that's not what this event is about. This event is about growing, finding the right people and connecting and creating synergies that you couldn't do on your own. That's why we're here. Because I'm not looking at my clients, my customers, I'm looking at my sales force. I'm looking at my ambassadors, not alignables per se, maybe not, but my ambassadors. And guess what? I'm going to line up to be other selected individuals, ambassadors, who we get along great. And I know that they're going to treat my clients the exact same way that I would in their arena. I just can't do what they do. So instead of, hey, you should probably, reach out to Jay. You should, it'd be really cool to reach. No. Let's reach out to Sue to get, hold on, give me a minute. All right, hold on. We're going to about three-way text real quick. Introduction and sent. You're welcome. You don't know it yet, but you're welcome. And that's where the power of this can, adding that last one, know, like, trust, and then find the people that you want to build with. And that's not everybody, but it's your team.
And I'm going to throw in the fifth one, which would be remember, because that would be a great question to ask them, Chuck. You go through all of this. How do you get those people to remember you? Because you do have to follow up. Do you guys have any tips for following up with all these people that you're talking about?
Or being memorable. Other than the high five or the 4.5 or the
So can I?
Oh, go ahead.
So I think there it goes back to relationship building and just being yourself. And if you want people to remember you, tell them a story about you. I mean, tell them your story. I so believe in storytelling. And tell them what you're about and what you can offer, and Alignable 360 has helped me in that way because it gives you the option. And I actually have a success story that I want to share regarding that. So my good friend Latoya again, so she has all these connections that Alignable tells me that she can introduce me to this person or that person. So I have been sending Latoya messages, please can you introduce me to such and such a person? And Latoya has been doing that. There's an AI message and all she has to do is click on it and say, can you two meet? And tomorrow I'm meeting another business person and he is on this meeting today. And I'm so glad he joins because we can connect tomorrow. And Alignable 360, I just want to say to everybody, it's a tool. Use the tool. Use it throughout your day. It's going to help you boost your business. It's all about people and connections and connecting with the right people. I spend time stalking profiles on Alignable because I want to learn what you're about. And before I get into that meeting with you of 30 minutes, I'm going to tell you what I know of your business. Don't pitch to me because I can go onto your website and read everything about you. There's thousands of, let's say, landscapers on the platform, right? But what makes you stand out from everybody else? And honestly, we meet business owners all the time. And if I were to buy every service, I'd be bankrupt. So I say to everybody, the most powerful thing you can get out of Alignable is not the monetizing part of it, but it's that referral. And that word referral needs to be a word that you associate Alignable with. So you want to get referrals and you want people to say, hey, when I think of a landscaper, so-and-so comes to my mind. So use the Alignable tool, make it a part of your day. I do the Alignable education in the mornings. Then I check my emails. Another powerful way, and this is a golden nugget, is to post and group. So don't go and join every group. Choose the group that is of interest to you. Go into that group and make a post. I did that. I went into a solopreneur women's group and I made a post, not about me. I just made a post. If you could describe your business in 3 words, what would those words be? And mine was gifting, gratitude, and I think it was swag. Would you believe that one little post got 7,700 clicks and 120 comments? And so the next day I went in to look at it, and to each comment, I replied. And just doing that, I've had so many people send me connection requests.
That's amazing. I love that. I want to ask Dan the same question. Keep going with this, Dan, because what you just said is really, really important, because we all know, I always talk about this. This is really when I started on Alignable. Before I did that, is I just helped as many people as I could, and I never had to use my connection credits because everyone else used theirs to connect with me. But Dan, do you have anything more to keep going? There is a question in here maybe you can help answer too. She said, I follow up with several people on Alignable each week, but I'm not getting any responses. Any ideas how to get people to respond to you? So go ahead, Dan.
That's a, I have a really short answer for that one, but I don't know. I'm trying to be
PG-13. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna, well, and you know, I don't curse or anything, but it might be mean, right? Or not. It just, my point is, I don't care what we do. Daniel, I like picking on you because we have the same name. So Daniel and Dan and Mark, you guys are just straight down my line here. We turns out you didn't, maybe you know, maybe don't. We're all in the same business. We're in the people business. Period. We all know that. That's why we're having this conversation. We're in the people business. If you boil all the things that can be on our to-do list down to the ones that actually matter, it's either talking with someone or trying to talk to someone. It's like, I mean, what else is it, right? It's helping, serving, and building that human, talking to them, building them, right? Serving them, or trying to serve them. Okay, so again, then there's a lot of things I can be doing, right? Whatever. And sometimes my brain tells me to go that way because it's easier and less threatening to alphabetize my note page than it is to actually talk to a stranger, and that's a different thing. So if they're not responding to you, what did I say at the beginning? We're going to select carefully who we work with. And if we can be selective, not only on who our clients are, but also who we're clients to and who we're going to be like, we need to be selective on all of those things, do we not? And if they're already telling you what I'm careful. If they're already telling you their character and not following up and not communicating,
listen to them.
Then thank you. Don't be mad. Oh, phew. Thank you. I thought I wanted to connect, but you're letting me know now instead of 3 months from now that wasn't going to work out well. So turns out there's a few more people I should probably be investing my time with. So that's my short answer.
Can I chime in too?
Yeah.
Because this has got me all worked up. So, so it boils down to, guys, know your worth. Know who you are. Know what you stand for. Know what you bring to the table. If someone is ignoring me, I'm not running after you. I'm sorry. You come to me, you need to know me. And if they're not replying to you, you haven't made a connection with that person. Because if you connected, they really want to get to take up your meetings. So know your value, know what you bring to the table. And it's like, I love storytelling. So it's like, when a guy is after a girl, right? And if it's easy to get to her, he loses interest.
Oh, yeah.
But the harder she plays to get, he's going to chase her, right? And that reminds me of a story like my husband and I was in South Africa, he was in the US. And boy, did he want me. So he flew all the way to South Africa to get to know me. So let people come to you, give them something that's going to be a hook where they'll want to talk to you again. Leave a little mystery about you, and they're going to be like knocking on your door. And also, when you show up to these alignable meetings, even though we're virtual, you are your brand. I've seen so many people come onto Alignable in t-shirts.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. And I said this to Dan via a text the other day, and I said, on Sue's mastermind, I said, you stood out from the crowd. And I thought to myself, I'm going to connect with that guy. And you know what set Dan apart was the fact that he wore a blazer.
Yep.
And not, he wasn't a sloppy Joe in a t-shirt and flip-flops, but I couldn't see that. Maybe he was wearing shorts and a blazer on the top. You never know. But I wanted to, there was something about him that stood out. And so it's your brand. When you're out there speaking to people, join the master classes. It's a great platform. Give feedback. Say, hi, Daniel, I can't wait to meet you tomorrow. So give feedback. Speak. Ask questions. Ask for help. You're free. I'm putting this out there, so anybody's free to contact me on this platform. If you need any help or assistance, I'll help you. I'll do that from the goodness of my heart. I practice gratitude. My business is about giving and gratitude and giving through gifts, and how, we always take from our customers, but how many of us actually stop to say, hey, let's say thank you. And you can do that via a gift. And if you need that, contact me. So you see how I've drawn you guys into my business now?
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
Yes.
So I love all of this. Is like golden right here, don't you think?
It sure is.
Man,
I'm ready for them to ask each other questions, and we don't even have to be here.
I was gonna say the same thing. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So let's stick on this question about the groups, about the same question she was asking about people not responding. So think about this, and maybe I'd like to see what Dan has to say about this, but in groups, let's go back to some more ideas about how to act and what to post and things in groups, because how you can see who is active on Alignable in groups. So if you're connecting with people because of looking at their stuff and you haven't seen them actually act on Alignable, they may not even be in business anymore. So you have to be really careful about who you're connecting with and using those connection credits with. So going to masterminds, right? Going to events, seeing who's on the screen, who is actually showing their face and actually smiling and being like approachable, right? Any ideas or thoughts on any of that, Dan?
Sue, Jason, wonderful to see you. There's not many groups I've been in, Jason, that bring you up, that don't bring you up, by the way. I want to be the type of leader that in the rooms I'm not in, good things are said behind my back. That's the type of leader you want. Why did I partner you, Sue? You asked me, like, why did I partner with Jason? That's why. Because in almost every room I'm in, we speak about Jason behind his back.
Yep.
In a positive way, in a powerful positive, not like, oh yeah, I know that guy. No. Like influenced me powerfully, right? So that's what Alignable does for me. And so that's a caveat to my 1.0 answer, and then 2.0, and I'll be quick. Good to see you, my friend. Okay. Number 2. Sue, we brought this up before everybody hopped in. And your question right before this one was, how do we keep in touch with those people on Alignable? Because it turns out this is a big platform. That's pretty cool, right? Which means, in a good way, we're going to find our power partnerships. They are out there. If you haven't found them yet, keep looking, because they're waiting for you. You're waiting for them. You just need to find each other in the crowd. There's a lot of good people. There's a lot of better people. There's the best quality humans for you and your personality. You need to go find them. That's the challenge today. Now, once you do, now what do you do? Now, good news, I got an answer. You have a power partner list. What we just said? How many landscapers are there? How many painters are there? How many financial guys? How many insurance guys? How many, right? Have a power partner list. Your board of directors, your referral team. If I need a real estate agent, I'm going to select this person, not real estate agent send. All right, 4,713 people. Okay, I don't know, right? Instead, I've connected with, you know how many hours Jason and I have spent together? A lot, probably too many, but a lot. It was not too many on my side, but a lot, right? I know, I like, I trust, and I build with Jason. Why is he on my list? Because I know, like, trust, and build with Jason. Okay, so have the know, like, trust, build concepts, and remember, Sue, you said that, right? This is how I remember them. Because I can't remember them. Sorry, I can't. I have it on a piece. It's not this piece of paper, it's over there, but I have it. And I have and I don't have names next to every slot because I haven't vetted those slots out yet. But when I do find the broker or the real estate agent or this or that, the tax attorney, whatever, I'm going to go interview a few. They don't know they're being interviewed, but that's exactly what's happening. They're being interviewed. And when they bubble up to the top and maybe they bump somebody or whatever, then I'm going to put their name down. And when I need that person, or when Daniel does, or when Paula does, or Leslie does, I want to be a servant leadership. And I said, you don't have to look anymore. I got the guy. Here he is. You're welcome. And I want to be that for myself, because guess what? I need that. But every person I connect with, I can, whether they're on my list or not, they probably need someone who is, and I can make that connection. And if I give what I want to get, it's a perfect symbiotic relationship between that tribe of people. And I remember.
I love it. And when you flip this, where it's not just about going and find those power people, but actually showing up and becoming one of those power people.
Yes.
Don't you feel, Chuck, that these guys have already started doing that?
I think they're doing it on our show here. Yeah.
I know, exactly.
They're going to town. They're doing what I'd be doing. I love it.
So can I interject, Sue?
Of
Okay,
course.
so Dan, they say great minds think alike. Guess what? There's my list. I have a master list, and I've just counted of 20 people that I have on my database. Do that, guys. It's so important. Dan has made such a valid point. Grow your circle, pick your people. And if you say you are a referral from Dan, I know that I could trust Dan. So I'm going to go with whatever he says or whoever he recommends, right? So use that as a guide. And another thing is, coming from my teaching background, you do lesson plans every day for your lessons the next day. So you're a teacher, you know it too, right? So I do the same thing. I look at my calendar and I block off time for the following week. So if you look at my calendar, I'm preparing for meetings next week because I know at 2:30, I'm meeting such a person. So it gives me time to go back, do my homework on that person, because I want that 30 minutes or that hour to be of value. And obviously you're going to maybe do business with that person. I'll give you an example. I met someone on Alignable a few weeks ago. So I've joined a few groups, but there's one group which is called the Heart Link, which is a ladies. It's a very intimate group. But during that hour, we share so much. And there was a lady on, Danielle. I don't know if she's on this call, but she's a grief counselor.
Mm-hmm.
We got chatting, and I thought, you know what? I don't need a grief counselor. But then as the weeks went by, I got to know and suss out Danielle's energy on the platform. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to connect with this person because there's something deeper there. And I feel we'll really be able to have a good conversation. And so I set up a meeting with Danielle. We started talking. And then she asked me about what I'm looking for and whatever. And would you believe it? Danielle's husband is a CEO of one of these large industries that has 600 automotive dealerships that he knows of. And she's now introducing me to the key person in that company.
I see.
So for me, that's been my luck. And you know, so connect with people, get to know them. You never know what somebody has to offer you. And that referral has been really great for me, you know, and just be yourself. And then another success story, Sue, is that we went out into a break session on Smart Connect. And there were two people in the chat. And then somebody threw me into that chat. And I go in, and there I meet Jackie, who's like now become my friend. And I'm like, hey, what you doing here? And she's like, hey, what you doing here? And there's this third person that's looking at the both of us chit-chatting. And then all Jackie did for the rest of that 5 minutes was talk about me and my business. She never spoke a word about what she did. She told the other guy, you've got to connect with Kalay. And this is why you have to, because this is what she is. And I'm like, Jackie, stop it. It's okay. But she was just so giving. And I believe the more you give, the more you receive, right?
100%.
So it's all about that connection. And for that question of that person who is not getting feedback, move on. Alignable has how many million people on it?
Over 9 million.
Over 9 million. I thought that stat was correct. So yeah, if 2 or 3 people are ignoring you, know your value, know your worth, move on. You'll find somebody who's going to be a click and be your suitable person that you're looking for.
Awesome. Chuck, we have only like 9 minutes left. Is there any questions that we haven't asked these guys, or we actually haven't had a chance to ask too many? But
Yeah, I think they covered all the questions. Did we send them to ahead of time, or?
No.
It's not totally organic, everyone. Trust me. My mind's like, I can't wait to go back and watch
Back
it.
on the meeting.
Well, Sue, I just wanted to let you in the chat over here. It's not.
Wait, somebody's
Right.
talking. Yeah.
I don't
What
think they
happened?
realize they're Carol. There you go.
Oops, sorry.
There's just
Yeah.
an example list. It's not an exclusive, all-encompassing list, but some of the people on my list fill these gaps, right, or fill these roles. And whether you need them, you don't need them, you might need them in the future. Figure out who or what the person you're with will need. What's their currency? Not talking about dollars and cents, but what's their currency? What's their need? If you can fill that need, the wise man said, help enough people get what they want and you get everything you want, right? So help them get what they want, either by people, and we're going to be the exact same person. We're going to be the exact same business in a year from now, except for what we know and who we know. What we know and who. So we continue to master your craft and continue to expand your network, which is your net worth. So I think those are the key elements that Alignable takes care of both elements for.
Well, last question. Anything else, Chuck?
I want to bring up something that Kalay said, where it's basically, you know what? Whether someone for a referral partner or a new friend or any connection here, it really has nothing to do with what they do. It has to do with who they are.
That's right.
And if you feel good about who they are and you guys want to get to know each other, then you each want to help each other some way, right? And that's where that example that you gave was fantastic, because you don't know who they know.
Oh, that's really, really huge. Absolutely. And one last question, and I did post a bunch of links for everybody in the chat, with like for Alignable University and the YouTube to watch. This episode will be posted later today, along with all the rest of them are there. There's some different things there. One of the things in there is a 20% off premiums, your first month of premium if you want to check it out. Do either of you have any thoughts on why someone should go premium on Alignable?
Okay, you go for it, Dan.
Well, I was like, we need another hour, but anyway, we don't have another. Well, it's just good, better, best, right? And I think I understand like people sticking their toe in the water, but you're not swimming. If you're sitting on the sideline, you can't swim still holding on to the edge. You have to let go of the edge so that you can swim. We're here to swim, right? We can't watch people swim and succeed. We can't watch YouTube videos. You have to let go and dive in. And once you do, it's better than you imagine. And there's more resources and there's more people who know, like, and trust. And there's already an instant level of, all right, game on. You're here to play in a big way, not just dabble, right? You're here to work and make massive impact in a professional way. Let's get going together. That's pretty fun to be a part of.
Wow. Kalay, what do you have to say about that?
So to me, it will be, have a strategy, guys, with Alignable. What's your strategy? I need you to get back today. And if you haven't signed up to be a premium member, probably we've given you reason to join now. Go back and watch this video. There are some nuggets in there, and join Alignable. You know, I'm saying this from a learning point of view. It is a tool that you need for your business, to grow your business. I mean, you could be bored in Smart Connects, but go to the masterminds. I find the best quality in the masterminds. Join, meet people like Latoya, meet Jason Integrity. I actually had a giggle because I thought Jason Integrity's last name was Integrity. And he says to me, no, Kalay, it's because I believe in integrity in business. So there's wonderful people out there that you can reach out to. So have a strategy, guys, on Alignable, and you will reap the rewards. If not today, maybe not 6 months down the line, but you're going to get some fruit somewhere along.
And be a giver. Be a
Yes.
giver, folks.
100%.
Yes.
Well, everyone in the room did, let's see some thumbs up. Did you really love this? Like, this was one of my favorite episodes. I got lots out of this. Thank you too for doing
We hope
this.
you did too.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing, right, Chuck? Thank you to you guys for being here so much. And I know I asked you kind of at the last minute, and I just want to just make sure everybody understood one thing. These two show up. They show up. And I don't know if you two agree with me, but the secret to success is showing up and being on screen and smiling and attending and reaching out and giving for sure.
Chuck. Thanks for that. It's like, you know, be grateful and give to your clients, pour out your heart. Don't be a taker. Chat to me. I'll talk to you about gratitude in business.
It is
100%.
so amazing. Yeah, and there are so many takers. So when you find a giver, you're in business.
100%. So I want everybody to do this. When we shut down here, go back to where you actually signed up for this event, and make sure that you connect with these two right away. Connect with them and follow them. You know, it's like when you find people like these two gems right here. You know, I always tell everybody, you don't have to come up with things all on your own. Go find the successful people and copy what they do. And I would tell everybody to do that. Chuck, any last minute words in the last minute here?
I think we're good. I do want to do a quick plug for my PR, you know, how to get free PR gig. I'm doing it on Friday, which is coming up very quickly. And so please check that out. It's something, what did we call it, Sue? It's from unknown to unstoppable.
Yes, and he's gonna
From
teach.
unknown to unstoppable. And if you're already a paying member, then you can join. If you're not a paying member and you'd like to talk to a guy who's been doing PR for 33 years and
Yeah.
find out a couple of tips or several tips, please join us for it. And I'm looking forward. We already have about 50 people registered, so I'd love to make it 150.
Yeah, so the way you guys can all find that, I posted all those links in the chat. It's for the Alignable Insider Community. You need to be in there, and you're rubbing, elbows with people like these two right here, and you get to attend special events like Chuck's How to Get Free PR for Your Business. I'll be doing another one on how to become a best-selling author, and some other interesting ones that we're going to be doing. So definitely get in there. You just have to be on any of the paid plans on Alignable. Make sure you do that. Like I said, there's a code there. And thank you guys again for being here. Kalay and Dan, you are just absolutely amazing. Thanks, Chuck, again. And I hope you
Hey,
guys
thank you, Sue, and thanks everyone. You guys were
Thanks,
great.
guys.
Dan and Kalay and everybody
Thanks.
else.
Thanks
All
so
right.
much.
Pleasure to be here.
Talk to
Have a
you
great day,
later.
guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.